Let's take a look at some of the most anticipated RPGs coming out this year. So this is an article by RPG Site, and we're going to be seeing a lot. You're going to be seeing a lot more of this site on this channel now that we're switching to RPG news for the most part. So this is done by their staff as well as a Twitter poll, where they just kind of took some of the biggest RPGs that are being released, and they're kind of polling people to see who's most excited for what. So let's start off. Grand Blue Fantasy Relink. Now, this is going to be an RPG game. It was originally announced in 2016. For those that don't know, Grand Blue Fantasy is a browser game, and I believe it's based upon an anime. Now they did come out with a fighting game a few years back, which I did a review on this channel. The game was beautiful. It was like one of the best looking fighting games I've ever played, to be honest. The sprite work, the animation was amazing. But the gameplay itself was very simplified, and I guess a lot of people didn't like that. It didn't really bring people the mental stimulation that they require of fighting games, at least the hardcore people. So this is going to be just a pure RPG, which I think is going to be the right move for side games. So I'm definitely looking forward to this. I can already tell you without a doubt it's going to look and sound beautiful. As far as the gameplay goes, we'll see. Next up, Stranger of Paradise, Final Fantasy Origin. Now, this is a title that me and Josie both are excited for. Not because it's a Final Fantasy game, but because it's kind of like a weird fusion of Square Enix, Koei Tecmo, and Team Ninja. So it's going to be a very unique game from Square Enix, something that we're not used to seeing. That being said, me and Josie both played the demo and we enjoyed it a lot. We liked the gameplay, we liked the mechanics. The game was pretty rough around the edges, so it doesn't need a lot of polish. But other than that, the game looks pretty promising, so this is definitely one on my list. Monster Hunter Rise Sunbreak. So I don't think this is the most important thing about Monster Hunter Rise. I think the most important thing is that it's coming to PC, especially on Steam. I am actually debating restarting the game on the PC version because I just want to see it in 4K because the Switch can't do that. I have poured, at this point, over 100 hours into this game. I love this game. It was my game of the year. I can't wait to play Sunbreak, and they're also adding a master rank. And we'll go over some of the more PC specific stuff next after this. Relayer. This is a mech RPG, and I guess you could say it's kind of like Robot Wars, but it looks like it's going to be a more 3D based Gundam type style. I'm just guessing. So this is made by the team behind God Wars, and I guess that game wasn't received, very positively, but it was kind of a mixed bag. And so I don't know anything about this game, but the fact that it's going to be a mech-based RPG is interesting. Those are very uncommon. So I'll keep an eye on this one. I'm not going to commit to it yet. Star Ocean, The Divine Force. So this game, I gotta say, I never really got into the Star Ocean series. But this is supposed to be a kind of more expansive, maybe the most expansive Star Ocean RPG. And, that being said, I will keep an eye on it. I'm not going to commit to it because I'm more of an action RPG, type gamer. But, I'll keep my mind open on it. This one, me and Josie have talked about this. So, and we kind of got mixed up. There's two separate games. So there's an RPG spiritual successor to Suikoden. I never know how to say that. Called Ayuden Chronicle 100 Heroes. Okay, that is not coming out. That's probably going to come out next year. This is a spin-off of that, which is a 2D side-scrolling RPG called Ayuden Chronicle Rising. Now, so one thing I'm going to try to do is I have been loving 2D side-scrolling games this last year, especially Metroidvanias. So for us to focus on RPGs, it's going to be kind of hard for me because I'm going to have to balance my time between my love of Metroidvanias as well as just, Halo Infinite. I play Mordau a lot. I play some League of Legends games. But a side-scrolling RPG, that is something I want to see more of because I love side-scrolling gameplay. But I love RPG mechanics. Put them together. Those are the type of games I want to see more of. So I think I'm going to commit to this one just because it's not common you get this type of game, Next up, we have Starfield. So this is one I'm definitely committing to. So I've always been an early adopter of Bethesda games. Oblivion, all those games, I would get them immediately and then just play them to death, pretty much. I've bought like 4 different copies of Skyrim. I know I'm a loser. But this is a whole new IP, which we haven't seen from them in a while. Oh yeah, also I love Fallout. I play every Fallout. So this is something that I have to play. I mean, this is my obligatory, Bethesda game quota here. So when this comes out, I'm committing to it 100%. I'm going to jump on it and I'm going to beat it. I'm going to do I don't know how the story is going to be. I don't know how expansive the world's going to be. I know this is a very loose way of saying it, and this is what a lot of people say. I don't think it's going to be a Skyrim in space. I think it's going to be a Fallout in space. So we'll see. But I'm very interested in playing this game. Rune Factory 5. I haven't played any of the Rune Factory games, but they are action RPG, farming sim, dating sim. So they're a mixture of action RPG and sim games. Now, as far as I know, these games are huge in Japan. They do really well. I remember seeing some charts where some of these games were doing really well. That being said, we're getting this game late, and it's because they didn't localize it for the Western market. So this is going to be something we're getting. Now, like I said, I haven't played them, so I don't know if I would enjoy them. So I'm going to keep an eye on this one. Pokemon Legends Arceus. So we've talked about this on the show before. It was rumored to be an open world Pokemon game. That is not the case. It's going to be like a half open world. It's going to be similar to Monster Hunter Rise. So just keep that in mind so that you're not disappointed when it comes out. You're probably going to have a hub world, and then you're going to be going to different maps and catching Pokemon. So I love Pokemon games. I've been playing the older ones as of late on my Game Boy Advance. I haven't really been playing the new ones. So I'm most likely probably going to get this one and play it. So Elden Ring. So for me and Josie, this is number 1. And I don't know how you could not have this number 1. But that being said, I'm not going to hate on people who love more traditional RPGs. This game is looking like it's going to be one of the biggest time sinks for me this year. It's coming out soon, within a couple of months. Me and Josie ordered the collector's edition, which, by the way, I will tell you all, is still up for pre-order on Bandai Namco's website. They were gone on GameStop's website, but they're up for pre-order on Bandai Namco's website. The premium edition, which Josie was trying so hard to get, and I was waiting for him to kind of like, oh, it's open, and then I was gonna buy it. That one, there was very little notification on it, and I went to the thing, and there's still a waiting list. So you can go to the Bandai Namco website and sign up for that waiting list if you want that super, premium edition. It's like $260 without tax. But yeah, this game looks amazing. It's gonna be, I think it's gonna be a content creator's dream, because the world is so open and expansive, and we don't even know what you're gonna be able to do. But there's gonna be Easter eggs hidden everywhere, thanks to Miyazaki, and the story's might probably go into more depth thanks to George R.R. Martin. So I'm definitely excited for this. Final Fantasy 16. This is a game that we've seen the trailer for, which was incredible. I mean, it was one of the best gaming trailers I've ever seen in my life. I played it like 10 times in a row. The music was so good. If there's cutscenes like that in the game, I mean, I'm just gonna love this game. So that being said, the studio, we're gonna cover this later in the show, but there's not much information on it. We hope it gets released this year, but we're not sure. The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild sequel. This is a 100% a buy for me. I got my Switch late. I didn't get my Switch till 2 years ago. So I played this game late. I loved every minute of it. I hated the weapon system, obviously. But I definitely can't wait for this. This is a day one order for me. Dragon Quest III HD 2D Remake. Now, me and Josie, we talked about this. This one looks very interesting because it's a very beloved game for Dragon Age players, and a lot of people say it's one of the best RPGs ever made. I've never played it. Josie's played it. He loves it. So I will get it. Now the problem is that sometimes HD remakes don't go over well. They're kind of loose with how they portray certain mechanics in the game. They leave some things out, they put some things in. That being said, I hope they stay true to the original, but they add quality of life improvements. That seems to be the best medium between both worlds. So I'm definitely gonna look forward to this. I'm gonna get it. I'm gonna play it, and I want to I want to know what everyone loves so much about this game. All right, and then their choice was Triangle Strategy. So this is gonna be a tactical RPG from Square Enix. We haven't had one since Final Fantasy Tactics and Tactics Ogre Let Us Cling together. Now, both of those are on PSP, and they released in 2007 and 2010, and then there was another one, Final Fantasy Tactics Ogres A2 Grimoire of the Rift, which was, I believe, also launched in 2007 on the DS. So most people, to get their tactical RPG fix, they play games like Fire Emblem. So this is going to be a very welcome game. Now, I remember when I got my second shot, I was feeling really sick. I was playing Tactics Ogre in my bed on my PSP, and I was like, man, why don't they make games like this anymore? So, well, they are. It's called Triangle Strategy, and hopefully it comes out this year. Um, so that's it for. I think that's a really good list. That's it for those games that most people are looking forward to.